We start with a leather bra. That's how a lot of good things start. Good to see you. My idea today is to make a collage out of different dark areas of pictures. I've fallen in love with the limits of newsprint. I like how the blacks struggle to be black, and I'm thinking we can create this beautiful, rich darkness by going all in on that. We continue with a pearl necklace. It had some nice dark areas around it, and look at this nice elbow here with dark blue folds. Let's grab that. And then this has some nice subtle streaks in it. I feel like collage pieces are most often whimsical collisions of bright colors, and they're about surprising juxtapositions. The idea here is to instead weave some kind of dark design out of pretty similar looking pieces. I'm hoping for more of a lush outcome, even if it'll be a sort of faded lushness. I'm working with 2 issues of a free newspaper you can find on many a street corner here in New York, and I think also in New Jersey. It's called El Especialito, and it's a newspaper for the Hispanic community, as well as for old white guys who like to collage and make art. This piece I thought could be like, it's more of a mid-tone sliver here, but I thought it might offer some nice texture, and then I discovered this lady and thought, we need lace. Look at this here, by the way, that torso swap there. That's kind of the typical, that's just an accident in this case. But to me, that's sort of more of a typical collage idea, you know, just put someone's head on someone else's body, that sort of thing. That, you know, I do that on occasion and it's fun, but it's maybe not how to create the most compelling art, I think, and we'll aim to do something slightly more sophisticated here, I hope. Found a second lady who sort of matched the energy of the first one. So I'm cutting them out, just sort of their torsos, in a pretty precise way. And my hope is that the kind of glow of their relatively lighter skin against the black might offer some contrast. Maybe that'll be kind of the centerpiece of this, I don't know yet. But that's what I'm thinking. And then here I found myself some more leather, and then some hair texture, which again is more of a mid-tone kind of thing. But, you know, I'm trying to kind of weave a bed of darkness, and or that's my plan. And I think in order for that to be successful, you can't just take things that are entirely black, right? You need a little bit of mid-tone in there. So I'm just cutting out this side of hair. Maybe I'm being too literal with this cut. Sometimes it's better to kind of break it up by cutting across it in some way that doesn't suggest the original form. But we'll see what I can do with it. And then I'm gonna grab some of this ocean or river or whatever it is. I like to do like a torn edge and then a hard edge by cutting, and I mix those up all the time. I find that creates more interesting texture, and the torn edges are great for me because I don't have control over them exactly. I try to control them, but I don't always succeed completely. And then here, nice piece of rock. Like, that's gonna come in handy, I'm sure. So again, some tearing and some silhouette cutting. I think, oh, here's some leather. Again, this time courtesy of Antonio Banderas. But yeah, I think it's nice to get these hard cuts along the edges sometimes, because I can use those along the edge of my compositions. and then the kind of wilder shapes can face the center of the composition. I'll cut out his hand, just leave the leather. Alright, so here we go. I'm starting with the pearl necklace. Ironically, usually that comes at the end. Know what I'm saying? I do this fold over thing. If you watched my last video, I kind of stumbled onto this idea there. And this is allowing me to get hard edges, you know? So I think in the beginning part of this, I'm looking for some of the larger pieces that I cut out. I kind of want to just cover a lot of area at first. So I'm gonna mix in this piece to get that whole bottom side taken care of in one go. Plus it's kind of a nice juxtaposition, I think. Sort of additioning some pieces here. End up tearing that one. It was just kind of too awkward of a shape, I guess. And here's that ocean water that we just found. So I'm gonna go for that and put that on the edge here. I don't know if I glue too much. Like, does everybody glue like every single square centimeter of every piece, or do you just do it around the edges? I don't know. I like to be thorough, but sometimes I think it makes things bulge and crease and stuff, but you know, what are you gonna do? Here I'm back to just like covering as much area as possible, I guess. But it worked out pretty nicely. It's a little crooked here, so I can just trim that excess off. And then here's the little hair piece. I do wonder if that was a little too literal how I cut that out. This feels like the riskiest part that I've done yet. You know, all these other shapes are kind of, I guess I would almost call them conservative in terms of, you know, they're kind of blocky. Whereas this is a very organic shape, and it suggests where it came from, meaning it's sort of one half of a haircut, and that's kind of obvious, and I'm not sure that's the right choice, but I can always cover up part of it, you know? I don't have to leave that full shape. Here, I'm positioning this so that that kind of straight line leads into the curve of the necklace. I look for ways to make connections in these compositions sometimes. Other times, I deliberately cut things. So here, I'm achieving that cut that I was talking about into the hair. I think that needed to be broken up a little bit. And we just have a very small amount in the middle now to cover up. And I'm going to let this rock formation do the honors. And again, that's going to disrupt that hair shape. And so I think we have a really nice bed here. And then here come the two stars of the show. I sort of decided on that when I was cutting them out. You see how they really relate to each other. And then I figured out that by positioning them like this, there's a little part of the rock formation there that sort of connect the two heads. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's just a little bit of an echo in the shape below it that I think really kind of grounds them together. So I was pretty excited about that. It's kind of an accident, but it's, you know, I discovered it and then leveraged it. So now we have these two, they sort of form this almost like diamond shape. And by the way, this is how you know you've done the work. And here is the final piece. I think it looks really nice, actually. I'm pretty happy with this. Maybe it's too dark, but I really like this kind of low resolution mystique here. And it really feels like one piece. It doesn't feel so much like a collage in a way. It feels cohesive to me. And I love how these two mouths are in conversation with each other in a certain way. The skin ended up working exactly as I was hoping too. There's a kind of a light glow on both of their torsos, probably because of flash photography. This was probably shot at some event that they were both at, maybe, or I don't know if there were two different events, but it's kind of that kind of celebrity portraiture thing. But yeah, I'm very happy with this. I think I want to do more of this mix of that sort of dark textured background and then some kind of femininity at center. Always femininity at center. No, but I think this was a successful experiment. It definitely made me want to do more work in this vein, so I hope you'll come back for that. Oh, and if you like this video, you'll probably enjoy this video I made, in which I put together 5 collages in a little bit of a different style. But before I let you go, I would very much appreciate it if you could just gently press that like button below this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sort of awkwardly stumbling my way towards 5,000 subscribers, so you're here early. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.